Today we're going to kick off with an update from South Sudan because Alex has just come back.
Thanks, Sophie, for the introduction. So hi guys, my name is Alex. I'm a member of the EFSVL team. So I just came back from South Sudan. I was there for 3 weeks. This is the IPC map. You see these very dark colors here, so very worrying. We're here in Tanija.
What are you talking about, mate? It's absolute rubbish.
Okay, mate. Let me try to make it more comprehensible for lay people like you. The Integrated Food Security Phase Classification, IPC, looks at people's food security and the impact it has on their well-being. So basically, what the IPC uses to define people's food security is their housing, their access to food, their money, and the assets that families have and rely on to make a living. So we use the IPC scale in developing countries, particularly in countries and areas where people are chronically poor or vulnerable. So the IPC scale helps us identify risk of food crisis.
This is just complete gibberish. What do you actually mean?
Okay, so yeah, let me try to see how this IPC scale would look like for someone living here in Oxford, someone we can more easily relate to.
His fridge is always full, with a variety of food, giving him the balanced diet he and his family needs. It even includes those lovely luxuries like chocolate and ice cream. Ben's regular income means he has a home, food, and a means of transport, like a car. Ben is a single dad, and is raising his daughter with the support of his sister. His daughter attends daycare twice a week. This is a normal situation, and Ben and his daughter enjoy full food security. In life, things can rapidly deteriorate for a variety of reasons. In countries where Oxfam works, conflict can break out. A sudden natural hazard like an earthquake or floods can strike. Or it could be a more relatable situation, such as a recession. Let's go back to our friend Ben and pretend that something terrible happens to him, a major shock in his life. Ben is made redundant by Oxfam, as Oxfam has decided to not do humanitarian work anymore. There is no fresh food in the fridge, and he is reliant on canned goods. Ben does have some sporadic, informal work, sometimes as delivery coursier, but it's not enough to provide for Ben and his daughter. Ben is highly dependent on government benefits and friends and family for support. This is an example of a stressed situation. This situation continues and further deteriorates. Ben no longer receives government's benefits. He had to sell other assets to cope with this additional shock. Gone is his bike, so no more deliveries, and his fridge. His sister needed her money back, and he had to buy food for his daughter. That was not enough. Ben has just received his eviction notice, as he hasn't been paying rent for the past 4 months. Ben has sadly lost custody of his child and is relying on friends, family, and charities to ensure he has enough to eat. Ben finds himself in a critical situation. Things get extremely bad, as Ben has been kicked out of his place and he is now living on the street. No income means Ben has to beg and rummage through bins to find food. Ben's last hot meal was 3 days ago from the community canteen run by a local charity. Ben's wallet is empty and all he has is the clothes in his bag and a few basic items: a sleeping bag, a portable stove, and a blanket. In such conditions, Ben is more susceptible to getting sick, but the only medical care available for Ben is from the Red Cross. At this point already, Ben's health is at serious risk. This is an example of an emergency situation. Lack of access to food means Ben is only eating every 2 days, and when he does, all he can get hold of is bread. The last hot meal was a month ago, and the need to buy food has meant Ben has sold his sleeping bag and portable stove. And winter is coming. Ben has no money, nothing to his name except the clothes on his back, no family and friends to support him, and he is purely reliant on assistance from a charity. This is the extreme condition where without support from charity or the government, Bell will not survive and might die of starvation or sickness. This is an example of a catastrophic situation.